Hi everybody, I'm Tara from Crooked Row, and today I wanted to do a quick video. I ran out here to the greenhouse and I forgot that we had started pulling certain plants and bringing them into the greenhouse, so I kind of wanted to go over that in case you have plants that need brought in. Let's look at the plants. So the first plant that I brought in was our rosemary, and I am going to winter it in front of this window here. I mean, of course the greenhouse gets plenty of light. It stays relatively warm in here. We are not a heated greenhouse, so this plant right here should be completely fine. It's good in zones 7 to whatever because this is a Mediterranean plant, so this should be completely fine in just having the coverage. And if you don't have a greenhouse, stick around. We'll go look at some other options that you can do to cover up plants. So, but another plant in here, my husband brought these three home from work. He was at a client's house and they had a banana tree, a banana plant, I guess it's called. And it was already starting to go dormant. And so the guy had, utilized these buckets and gave these to my husband to overwinter. He let us know. And we do, if you look in here, and I'll even show you on the rosemary too. I mean, we definitely keep the soil moist. I mean, we don't water these like we water normal plants through the summer. They don't need it, they're dormant. Even the rosemary is, not, I mean, you can see that the soil is very moist, but this is not on a daily. I just come out here and I look plants over. I'm also overwintering pepper plants in here, and we just come in and see this is a little dry. Like, look how dry that is. That needs watered. But some of the other ones, let's see what this looks like. That has, actually all the peppers need watered because they're pretty dry. I don't overwater. You just fill your soil. And when your soil kind of looks like this, where it's like there is just some moisture content. Again, this is not like summer. They're not utilizing water like they would through the summer. But these should be just fine here in the greenhouse. Okay, so you have now seen the plants that we actually have in our greenhouse that we're trying to overwinter this year anyway. But there are many different things that people try to overwinter, and of course it depends on how far out of your zone that you're doing. So if you have an extremely tropical plant, you may need to put heat on it. Typically, if it's a perennial plant, just overwintering them into something. And so you've got to start thinking about what is good protection. And so some people build, and I wanted to do this year and I didn't get to it, but maybe next year. And mine's just for, I just like to kind of try everything with gardening. But, some people put caps on their raised beds. Some people go ahead and put the, the rounded coverage over just, in-ground things. But let's go look at something that maybe some people aren't thinking, because you might have stuff around your house or homestead that could actually work really, really well. So it's keeps spitting snow right now because we're in December. So I'm gonna try to make this as short as I can while I'm outside because it's warm in this greenhouse. So here we go. I wanna show you one more thing that maybe you didn't think about. Okay, well, I don't wanna say the back of our property because it's a substantial piece, but like in the back of where we go, we keep things, items that could be of use, and eventually they are. So I'm going back in here and I want to show you something that could be a very good potential for a greenhouse-like environment. And I know that this is totally hillbilly, but that's okay. So this truck cap came with my husband's truck, and we haul so many things that this was kind of in the way. So it's been back here forever. But these truck caps are incredible insulators, and it even has windows to let light in. Those are kind of mildewy, but this is a perfect little environment to shield it from winter. So snow can act as an insulator. So it can actually trap the heat in. So it's not even how much snowfall you get, it's how cold you get. So really you want to look at your zones. They say with every layer of protection, you bring yourself up a zone. So we're in a zone 6. So one layer of protection, like in the greenhouse, the greenhouse might be a little bit different because of the roof that we installed. It actually pulls in heat a little bit more than just your regular, you know, plastic that somebody might use. So it might bump us up a little bit more. But anyway, it is, so look at your zonage, look at the plant and see what zone you're trying to get to. There is lots of ways, like James Prigioni has a fantastic build to put, like make your own cap to double insulate a raised bed, but you can actually use what he has done in the ground and anything. But like I am saying with the truck cap, there are things that we can all do that we have sitting around. If you have the truck cap, like maybe you can devise a system where you cover it and then put the truck cap over it. So there's lots of like little scenarios. I know that I have seen people who, I'm going to take you to another thing that we have just kind of laying around the barnyard and explain what I have watched people do. I have done some things, I haven't done all things, and we'll go from there. If you're going to leave things in the ground, you can make a teepee. You can utilize so many different things. Like, I want to just, you know, tempt you into, of course, you can use water troughs. And I have even seen people use tires. Yes, we have tires in the back of our property. There are so many things that you can utilize. Okay, it's too cold. So with this in mind, the whole point is insulation. If your plant actually needs sun and different things, then you might have to look at it. But if you're just trying to get a perennial to overwinter, sometimes you can just leave that in the ground and set up, you know, 3 large branches to put over it and utilize some sort of material. I mean, I've seen people very, very successfully overwinter with burlap. I don't have success with that because we have so much snow here, and then it will go through a thaw, and then it will go into the plant and freeze it. So we have to use plastics. But that also works. And the teepee, I want to remind you, actually, before we go to the greenhouse. So this is a huge teepee, but this was our summer teepee for our morning glories. So we're just talking about using things that you already have. It doesn't have to be that large. And you can just take them right from trees. So there are just a couple of ways to show you how to go ahead and overwinter things that you want to save. Some of it's just testing. Like, this is the first time that I have ever saved peppers. I have to be honest, they don't look very good. Maybe I need to water them a little more. Everything is trial and error for the gardener. So I just want to encourage you to save plants. The rosemary is a big one for me. I really want that one to make it because I use tons of rosemary. We raise sheep and I cook lamb all the time. So I really need rosemary of all things. And we make rosemary potatoes and all sorts of things. So I love the smell of rosemary. I run my hand through it all the time and just smell my hand. So I also want to encourage you to start looking at maybe what you can winter. We're getting ready to start winter sowing. So start looking on the websites and wherever your seed place is for things that needs cold stratification. And you can pack them in milk jugs and just leave them out in the snow. I have a video on that. It was like one of the very first videos that we ever did, but I do that every winter. My foxglove, my sage, so many of the plants that I had out in the landscape, I actually did through winter sowing. So I might do another video on winter sowing and not do it like, I mean, anybody can winter sow. You take milk jugs and do what you do. But I want to go ahead and show you, like, in real time, you know, there's things that need 12 weeks before your last frost. There's things that need, you know, and you go through the different times of when to set them out. So I think this year, I'll take you along with me while we go ahead and we sow everything this year, because it's fun. And guys, it's December and I enjoy the break from the garden, and I love the holidays, and I love to, you know, get cozy in the house with my kids and my husband, but I miss gardening. I miss gardening, and I really enjoy being able to come out here and talk about it with you guys and read your comments and your messages and stuff, because it's really important to, you know, have that camaraderie with other gardeners. So if you have any ideas that maybe I'm not thinking of, I just thought of one. Those salad containers that you get from the grocery store, those make perfect little, like, every year I put my onion seeds in those, and you just put holes in them so they have a little bit of drainage, and I set those out. Love those containers. Don't throw them away. All your containers, keep sour cream, yogurt, all that stuff, keep it, because it comes in handy for the gardener. So remember, if we can overwinter our perennials, anybody can. Thanks. Bye.